going to do an updated tutorial now on Magic Classroom Import. I've made a few changes to the import, but also added an export feature as well. So I'm going to run through all of the features. So we're going to first load up Magic Classroom Import. So find Magic Classroom Import, launch the sidebar menu. If you want additional support, there is a tutorial that you can click there to open, and obviously you found the YouTube video. So the first thing that happens is it finds all of your Google Classrooms, and there's only 4 on this account, so I'm going to use this one. Once you've selected a classroom, it will then find all the assignments in that Google Classroom, so I'm going to choose an assignment. The first time you import an assignment, make sure you import names, so you know who it is, obviously. And then this will be very quick because there's only a couple of people in it. So press OK. It will then sort it by surname, so A to Z by surname. And then once you've got one in, you don't want to import names again. If you import names again, it will start full name, surname there, and you don't want that necessarily. So you don't import names again, but you can import assignments as many times as you like. And what will happen, it will just add it to the end. So you can change the assignment. I'll just find one with a different name. You change the assignment and it will add it in, and it, to do that. If it says not returned, that is usually implying that even if it does have a grade, like it has a mark, it's not been returned to the student and therefore it doesn't come through. So if you've marked it but it's draft, you need to return it in order for it to come in with the figures. That's it, and that's how it works. You can choose, you can change class. It works on whatever worksheet you're on. So if you've got different worksheets for different classes, make sure you're on your right class before you do that. One thing I've added is this magic all assignments. Okay, so if you're starting from scratch, so let's get rid of this. Like we're starting from scratch, we choose our class, and rather than choosing the assignment, we just mark all assignments. That will mean that it will bring in every single assignment that exists, and it pulls them all through. This will obviously take a bit more, longer depending on how many assignments you have in the classroom. This box window here that's running, saying to wait, it will disappear when it is finished because you get a pop-up message saying it's imported all of the assignments. However, you can close it off and it will still run. Okay, you can see it's still running by this bar. So if we scroll across, it's going to keep going until it's done all of them into there. Once it's done them all in, it will pop up with a little message saying, the magic all assignments is complete, and you will have it done. So there you go, it's done it for all assignments. So we've now got all the assignments in here that we can do. So that's really, really useful. That's everything on import. You can choose the one, or you can just put them all in at once. Okay. The export section, okay, these drop downs will automatically populate. But you'll notice they haven't automatically populated, and that's because when we loaded the sidebar, it was blank. The Google Sheet was blank. So if we close the sidebar, load it up again, it will now be fully populated. So if we scroll down here, you see it's fully populated with the size of the Google Sheet. So the bigger the Google Sheet, the more options you'll have. Same with the start row, there's only 3, so it's only going down to 3. Okay. So then what you do, if you want, say that you've done something that's not on Classroom, but you want to put it on Classroom, you can use this tab. So you see this export tested one. If we rename this to Amazing Post, something like that, and I'm going to import Amazing Post into my Google Classroom. So the first thing I need to do is select where the email addresses are for the students, and they're there. So I need to do column D. So I select column D. Where are the grades? The grades I'm going to import are column E. So I'm going to import column E. Start row is not 1. A start row is number 2. So I'm going to start on number 2. You don't have to set max points. Okay, that is by default it's 100. So you can leave it as that, and it will set it to 100. I'm going to put 10 on this one. Same with topic. You can leave topic blank and it just won't do a topic. If you write a topic, it must already exist, okay, in your Google Classroom. I'm going to come back to that one. I'll do it again in a minute, but I want to run it without a topic, show you what happens, and then we'll run it with a topic. So if we put it into test 4 and we export to Classroom, again, it won't take very long because there's not many students in here. The more students you have, it'll take slightly longer. And if we go to test 4, and I'm on classwork here, I'll just refresh. I didn't need to, it has popped in there. So once you see that come in, you've got Amazing Post. If I click on Amazing Post, view the assignment, it goes in as marked, and because you've got the grades there, so the marks, and you see it set it to 10. But that obviously just went right to the top of classwork because it didn't have a topic. You see we've got a topic here called Amazing Topic. So if I actually put in here, and it hasn't cleared anything, Amazing Topic, and you can export again, Again, it won't take very long, it'll do it quite quickly. And then we go back to this one, and if we just wait a few seconds, it should refresh with amazing post in amazing topic. We'll have to press refresh. There you go. Amazing post is now in amazing topic. Okay, so that's Magic Classroom import. It's also export, so you can import and export as much as you like. There's no limits on this, so please do crack on. Any problems, contact me. All the details are at the bottom there. If you've got any suggestions, please feel free to send them my way. Thanks very much.